Today we're going to do a little show and tell. Well, you probably don't think that there's anything special about this flashlight, but there is. Because it takes us back to about 1910. It is made of Bakelite, the world's first synthetic plastic. What does that really mean? Plastics are polymers, giant molecules made by joining two units together. And of course, to give you the classic analogy, a monomer, a simple molecule joined to another molecule, and then we join it to another molecule, and then another molecule, and then we have what we call a polymer, which has totally different properties. Well, back in 1906, Leo Bakelite, a Belgian chemist who actually emigrated to the US and did most of his work in America, joined together urea and formaldehyde and created a giant molecule of urea formaldehyde units joined together. And in all modesty, his name was Leo Bakelite, he called it Bakelite. And it really took off because you could make beautiful items out of Bakelite. It could be molded, and it was hard, resilient, etc. All kinds of things were made of Bakelite. Let me show you. What do you think this is? This is really a rather unique item. It's a pin dispenser. You would load it up with pins. The top comes off. You put pins inside, and there's a hole at the top. And if you worked it properly, every time you push down, a pin would come up. It was a great thing for a dressmaker. Other things made of Bakelite. I wish I had a whole Bakelite record. I don't. I do have a broken piece of one, but some of the early records were made of Bakelite. Now, the nice thing about Bakelite was that you could even color it. And look at this. Isn't that pretty? This die is made of Bakelite. It has real nice weight. I'm not sure what it was made for, other than, just to look pretty. So it could be colored brown. Black was the standard color for Bakelite. Some of the old telephones that you remember are made of Bakelite, and when you picked up one of those and you threw it at someone, it had some oomph, not like these flimsy polyester phones that we have today. But because of the fact that Bakelite could be made in all colors, it also could be used for jewelry. And there you had some really, really interesting pieces. And I have some here. These are Bakelite. They're bracelets. And look at the beautiful color. This red and this green and this yellow. And remember that, if we go back to the early days of the last century, way back, 1908, 1910, when these first appeared, they were thought to be miraculous. I mean, nobody had seen anything like this made synthetically. So there's a bit of history of Bakelite for you. It has become a real collector's item. If you have any old Bakelite radios, some of them can be worth a lot of money. I do have one. My daughters gave me one for a birthday. It's an ivory colored one. But the ones that are really valuable are the ones that are reds and greens blended together. If you have anyone like that, show me a picture of it. I would really love to see. So now you have a little bit of an insight into Bakelite, the world's first synthetic plastic, and its collectible value. And that is our Cup of Joe for today. And no, I wish it were, but it's not Bakelite.